Hey there guys, Next Gen Strike here, back again for another video. I know a lot of you are probably wondering, where have I been and why am I recording a video right now in my car when I usually record things at my house? And well, if you couldn't have already guessed, I'm at work and that's what's been keeping me from making videos for quite a while, and that's why they've been so inconsistent. So I apologize for that. But yeah, I work at Walmart. I'm in the Walmart parking lot before my shift starts. But so much stuff was announced, and just so much stuff has been announced, that I figured it's long overdue that I talk about this stuff. Just measure it up, give my thoughts, and just talk about it. And man, for us superhero fans, this is a really, really good time. I mean, ever since the 90s, the 90s were a great time if you were like watching cartoons and TV shows like that. Now, this is a good cinematic time. Like, if you're into movies, this is perfect for you. So, being someone that was around in the 90s that watched all that stuff, and now is able to watch all these movies, it's just like a nerd's dream come true. We're finally going to get to see all this stuff live action. It's awesome. Now, as far as the Justice League, DC stuff goes, I mean, I think a lot of people have already talked about that, so I don't really need to go into films exactly. But I will, as a whole, talk about what Marvel and DC are doing, stacking them up and saying who I think is going to do better, worse, whatever. But yeah, overall, I think regardless as to which side you choose, this is a really good time to like superhero stuff, because we're just getting so much, even in the TV shows. I mean, we're still getting new announcements like that rumored Krypton show, which is probably going to happen. And just more and more stuff that's coming out. It's crazy. It really is. And I honestly don't know how I'm going to keep up with all of it. The TV shows especially, they're really tricky to keep up with, as it is now for me. I mean, I never get to watch any of them when they come on at night, so I have to watch the versions that are put on TV. So for me, it's crazy, but whew, we're getting there. So Marvel, man, Marvel. You guys struck back with a vengeance against DC. Holy crap. And I am a DC guy. I like DC better than Marvel. But man, that is just crazy what you guys did. Okay, so they announced we have a new Thor movie, which I'm not very excited for Thor, because Thor has been one of the weaker Marvel things. So, well, probably is the weakest, actually. I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, but aside from just the stuff I haven't seen, which I believe Guardians is the only Marvel movie I have not seen, which I am going to see, so don't worry. I'm going to see it when it gets released onto DVD, Blu-ray, all that stuff. But besides that, Thor, probably the weakest. I like the Incredible Hulk better, honestly. The one with Edward Norton, in case you guys didn't know. So yeah, Thor, not too excited for that one. And that I'm just getting the weakest one out of the way, which that's not to say it's going to be bad. I don't think the Thor movies are bad. They're just not that memorable. Honestly, like, I can walk out of them saying, yeah, I liked it, but it wasn't that memorable, which they're not. They really haven't been, especially the villains, aside from Loki, which everyone obsesses with Loki, which I guess he will play a big part in that, won't he? Interesting. And we have the Inhumans. I have no idea who they are, but that'll be good. I hear that's like another version of the X-Men, kind of like that. I love the X-Men, so that should be really good. Miss Marvel. Awesome. A female superhero, which a lot of people are like, we need more females. We need more people of color, as they're called now, because that's like the sensitive way of saying people are white or black or Hispanic or whatever. But yeah, Miss Marvel, cool. I haven't really read or seen her, but I'm sure that'll be good. Because, in Marvel, I'm not very versed, so I apologize for that. We also have Doctor Strange, which, again, that's another one that I'm really not excited for. It's up there with Thor. That is like my weakest not excited for movies. I just never cared for Doctor Strange. That's just me personally. And what else was announced? Black Panther, another one that people are going crazy about. He should be good, hopefully. I don't really know that much about Black Panther, but hey, we'll wait and see. A lot of people seem to like him, so I like his character design. His character design is spot on perfect, which Marvel does a lot better than DC does with the costumes, personally. I think that they get them spot on like they do in the comic books, whereas DC retweaks things and they're like, oh, but we're gonna change this and that. I like his costume; it looks really good. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 should be good, right? Because a lot of people love that first one. And let's see what else they announced. I think the only other things they announced, and hopefully I didn't miss any, is Captain America Civil War, which should be really good. I'm really hoping it is. Hopefully they'll get Spider-Man in there, but maybe they'll use Black Panther. And they have the Avengers Infinity War, which is going to be a two-parter after, of course, Avengers Age of Ultron. And the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer did not impress me, honestly. A lot of people were going crazy about it, but it's really just a lot of random shots of the heroes, like, you know, just looking all dramatic or whatever. But it was kind of a teaser trailer, I guess, so it's supposed to just kind of hype people up. It didn't really hype me up, but I'm sure it's going to be an awesome movie. And, yeah, I guess that's all there really is to talk about with the movie announcements. Now, as far as to Marvel versus DC, since, you know, so many people like to do Marvel versus DC, since Fox is kind of out there in its own little world with X-Men and Deadpool, which, honestly, that's a good combo all on its own. And not to knock the X-Men movies, because the X-Men movies are pretty good, mostly. I haven't seen Days of Future Past yet, but I've heard it's the best one, so I'm looking forward to it. And the Deadpool movie, again, should be really good. Fantastic Four is going to be crap. Yeah, it's going to be crap. I just hope Marvel gets the rights back to that soon. And Spider-Man, no one knows what's going on with Spider-Man right now, but if Marvel got Spider-Man back and to put him into this universe, or at least the ability to put him in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that would be awesome, because I didn't care much for the first Amazing Spider-Man. I actually did like the second one, though. I liked it quite a bit, which is surprising, because a lot of people were the exact opposite. So, for me to have liked that is pretty weird, but if the third one's anything like the second one, I'm going to be happy with it. So if that's the case, I hope Sony keeps it and lets Marvel have like a joint custody thing to where he could cross over. But we'll see. Sorry, my hand's getting a little shaky. And, yeah, so as far as actually comparing the two big ones, Marvel and DC, I want DC, I mean, like I said, I am a big DC guy. Like, I love DC so much. You know, I buy the comic books and I'm into more of the verse and I know more of the characters and blah, blah, blah. I want that to succeed, but I'm very, very worried about it working. Now, again, a lot of people are saying the same thing about Marvel and the Avengers, like, oh man, what if this thing sucks? What if it bombs and then it's just going to ruin everything they're trying to do? It's the same thing with this Superman Batman movie and the Justice League movie. They have to do these two very, very well. And the thing that's worrying me is not who's writing the movies or anything, because they've got quite a few talented people on it, and I love the Man of Steel. Sorry I keep having to stop the recordings, but there's someone directly across from me in the car, so it's kind of awkward. But anyway, so like I was saying, I like the talent that's attached to Batman v Superman, but I don't like how they are adapting the Dark Knight Returns story. I really don't, because, I mean, yeah, you know, it's nice to pull inspiration from stories. I mean, that's what all of these movies do, but this is pretty much copy and paste. I mean, let's be real. It's a copy and paste. And does it really make sense to start the DC Cinematic Universe with a middle-aged Batman? Because in the long run, that's not going to do them any good. They're going to have to replace him. Or they're going to have to do Batman Beyond. I don't know. But it would be really weird to not have Bruce Wayne Batman in the Justice League. It just would. So having all these other young actors and then having a older Batman just, I mean, while it might work for, you know, a couple of movies, it's not going to work in the long run, I don't think. So we'll just have to see what they do. I don't know. They might do Justice League Unlimited, or Justice League Beyond, my bad. and just have it to where it's like, you know, an older Superman and Batman Beyond and all these other, like, future superheroes like they had in the Batman Beyond show and in the current comic and DC's New 52. We'll have to see. I don't really know what they're going to do, but I just don't see that working. I really don't. And I just don't like, you know, having that Batman and having the possibility of him just, like, owning Superman in a fight. I don't think that would work. Carrie Kelly as Robin. I definitely do not want that. I hate her as Robin. I really do. I like all the other Robins but her. So, there's just so much going into this that I just am really worried because they're pulling from The Dark Knight Returns. And I think they're going to get everything else right, but it just seems so weird to me to have a really old Batman. And being the big Batman fan that I am, that is what has me on edge right now. So, they could prove me wrong. I hope they do. I really want to be proven wrong. But, I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So, I guess really, my feelings and my thoughts on this is, I want DC to do really well. I want them to give Marvel a run for their money. And I'm looking forward more to DC's things, which I think a lot of people are, because they have the more iconic heroes that people know. But in my heart, I know that Marvel's going to do better, because they've proven that they have for so many years. So, that's just really my thoughts on it, and, I mean, this is likely to change. I'm not into Marvel as much, but if they have a lot more movies like Captain America, The Winter Soldier, which, I mean, it's hard to pump out movies that good, but if they have movies like that and Guardians of the Galaxy that just people are in love with, and that they make that, more movies like that, whereas DC has, I don't know, if they have more movies like the Dark Knight Trilogy, Man of Steel, I would be more into the DC stuff. I would love it. So, I don't know, it really just depends. It all depends on how they handle this, and I'm really worried about DC. Marvel's proven they can handle it, but DC, I don't know. So, we'll just have to see. That's all I have for now, guys. Thumbs up if you like, subscribe if you like, comment below, let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys later.